All right, I'm gonna try and keep this short and sweet. For Christmas this year, for my brother, I decided to get cracking at his Ramcharger. It's an '86 318 automatic, two-wheel drive. When he got it, this thing had no steering column put in it, but it came with three. So whenever that was, it was like 2 years ago or something. I put the steering column in. I was working on bolting it up in the engine bay, and my buddy was doing the harnesses on the inside. Basically, a big part of my troubleshooting on this was banging my head against the wall trying to figure out what the hell was happening. I didn't have anything electrical working in the truck. So basically, there's a connector. I'll put a picture right here. There's a connector that goes in between the actual steering column harness, one of them, and then the connector in the fuse panel in the truck. My buddy did not put that in there. He just jammed the two connectors together. Somehow it fit and didn't break off any of the pins, but that controlled pretty much everything inside the truck, like the lights on the inside, the wipers, whatever. And then there was another connector in the truck that was not hooked up that plugs into the side of the steering column on the actual ignition switch. That part was missing as well. It was on the floor in the truck. I had to do some rewiring on it because that one was it was a little burnt up. So once I got those two in, um, starter didn't work. It would spin over, but it would not engage flywheel. It ended up being another day or two of head banging. Um, the starter was the wrong one for the truck. It bolted up into the truck just fine. It's the one that came in the truck when my brother bought it. It was not the one for the truck, so I got a replacement from Napa, a lot smaller and lighter unit. That one works. So now I got the thing to turn over. Basically, it was just a whole bunch of trying to get this thing to run. I'm pouring stuff down the carburetor, trying to get it to pop over. I get it run for a second, and that was it. So I gave up, and then on Christmas, when I showed my brother, we actually got the thing to stay running for about 20 seconds and it's blowing mouse nests out of the tailpipe. So I think that mouse nest ended up giving us too much back pressure to keep the thing running. So I'll put in a couple of clips after here of miscellaneous crap that we did to this thing. Found the other end of the ignition plug floating around in here, but they burnt the piss out of this thing. Wants to go. It fires, but it really does not want to run. Normally you get a couple of seconds out of, like even my old Ford, you get a couple of seconds. And I poured a good, I don't know, probably quarter cup of gas down there. And that's all it ran was like, I don't know, 1 second. Really doesn't want to do nothing. Try a little more gas here. And you can see that was quite a bit. Starting fluid's the same result. It don't want to do nothing. I've got Couple gallons in a tank at least I poured in. But she's not doing nothing. So I think I'm gonna have to start fiddling around with this carburetor now. But it's got all this smog crap on it, so it's gonna be a learning experience for me.